Pezza, I'm sitting in a courtyard out the back of your Airbnb in Christchurch this morning, and I'm reflecting. I'm reflecting about what sport is for most people. Is sport winning and losing just straight black and white? Who is the best? Who is the worst? Who is not as good as someone else? Who is better than others? Is it moments? Is it joy? Is it like if you are part of not that a successful side, but you get these moments of joy and then you celebrate that beyond perhaps what others would describe as success? Mm-hmm. So but is it that moment of who you get to share that moment of joy with, whether it's winning or losing, or just like a wicket or a goal or a try or a fucking match point in a tennis? Is it that? Is it I remember watching the games with my dad. I was there with my mates. We were at a 21st. It was a 30th party. What was the environment of what that is? So what actually is it? What is it? It's being sport for a fan. Because I wake up this morning and I see India absolutely dominating England again in a test. We've said this before. If you're an England fan, literally no shame in losing to this Indian side for the past 10 years at home, when India's at home. And every bit of media that I'm consuming is just complete celebration of a mediocre international test team in England. This guy has done something good in this one moment. India are so far ahead of this game, and they're going to win the series 4-1. But all I'm getting is, fuck, England are just amazing, aren't they? So, what I want to ask is, what the fuck is that?
Fuck, it's cold here. It's the rise of populism.
Okay.
I know what you're referring to. You're referring to Ben Stokes bowling one cricket ball.
Yep.
And getting a wicket.
Good ball. Really good ball.
I think there was one headline saying Stokes matches both of them as England face tricky day in India. So, and India, hello India.
Good morning.
We're about to do it. As predicted on the show yesterday, on day 2, India turned England over and went to work.
Oh, they went to work hard.
England had one-day Guernseys on in a dungeon, and India had a day where their family was away. Wife and kids went out.
Yeah. I've got the house to myself.
India went down to the dungeon, put the old one-day jersey on, on the skeleton there, turned it over, went to work.
That's right.
And you're talking about, I understand this happened on day 1, Dryswall 50, Rohit 100, Gill 100, PADDIKAL on debut 60. Sarfraz 50. No one in the top order missed out.
Yep.
Everybody strapped a feed bag and went to work. India's still batting.
Yeah.
They're 8 for 470.
That's right.
And yet, in the Anglosphere, ladies and gentlemen, you wake up, as you can see that we've woken up, you have a look at the reflections in the Anglosphere, and it is just, it's an amazing phenomenon going on. It is just praise. It's praise of what England are doing. They don't deserve praise. It's going to be 4-1.
Yeah.
I don't want to go too far with it.
Okay.
But what I saw yesterday, just for me, I don't know if I'm out of line.
Right, maybe.
I don't know if I'm out of line. I just saw an Indian team turn over England and go to work at Dharamshala with the wonderful backdrop of the Himalayas. Yeah. I just saw guys scoring runs. I saw a lot of guys hitting quicks over the top. I saw a couple of English spinners have a go and fail at the test level in this particular moment. And not other moments, just this moment. I saw Indian players strap a feed bag onto their, around their necks, into their mouth, and just munch away.
Yep.
And I actually left wanting more.
Yeah.
But that's my reflection. We're just one media outlet.
That's right.
And maybe we're out of line.
Yeah.
But just in terms of what my eyes and my brain computed, what my eyes saw, and what the brain computed, India fucked on England yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing that reflected in the Anglosphere.
Yeah. Other opinions are available, and you can find them consistently across the Anglosphere. So
just a lot of like, they've done well. England.
Stop getting mad at what we have just seen and just computed in our brains. You know, I'm looking at
two teams are playing a game of cricket.
Yeah,
and one is fucking on the other. I think, but I'm concerned. I think that's what's happening.
Now might be a good time to bring up the scores of the day. Let's have a look at India's first innings. Of course, we spoke about Jaiswal, who was dismissed last night. Then Rohit and Shubman Gill made 103, 110, respectively, and respectfully.
Gee, Zach Crawley batted well.
yeah. Shubman Gill scored 200s and made another 90. But gee, Zach Crawley's having a good series, isn't he? Paddikal 65, really Sarfaraz Khan 56, Jadeja, Jarrell 15 each. Ashwin didn't get off the mark, unfortunately, for him in his 100th Test match. Yadav and Bumrah at the crease 27 and 19 to finish the day's play, 8 for 473. If we turn over to the bowling figures, SHOAIB BASHIR, who apparently was ill before the game and maybe even during the game, 4 for 170, so that's nice for him. Hartley 2 for, Mark Wood none, as with Joe Root. Anderson picks up 1. He picks up Shubman Gill and a nice delivery as well. Seen that before, I feel like. And then Ben,
did they take yesterday and actually give it?
Yeah.
Sorry, I know you're going through the scores, but just give it to the batter.
Yeah. And then Ben Stokes, 5 overs, 1 for 17. So the situation in the game is that England are 255 runs behind, still yet to bowl India out in their first innings. We're probably looking at a 3 innings game here. Maybe, maybe not. Of course, it's just there's so much harm.
If India bats again, that's unbelievable.
So something's happened. I suppose let's talk about the first session of the game, though. In that, you know what? No. Fuck that. Go on, Charlie. Roll the clip.
Did you think that the power that brought you here had given up on you? But when would you believe in yourself if not at the finish line? Why hit the brakes when there's still fuel in the tank? Because the power that brought you here is still in you. All you need is a little spark to go like hell. Hell energy.
Always good to get hell energy drinking, maybe for just 1 or 2 more times in this series. But let's talk about the
good drop.
Talk about the first session of the day where Rohit and Shubman were just electric. I mean, they were just piling on runs quite quickly as well. England, I suppose, actually did rein in a bit, and they took 7 for 200 in the last 2 sessions. So, you know, is that good? I suppose it's something. But the damage was done in that first session. Rohit Sharma, it's another 100 for him in the series. I think he's already had 1. Yeah, I'm losing track of all the runs being scored.
I feel like India's barely been in the series despite being on the precipice of winning 4-1.
Exactly. I don't know. I don't think I want to talk about Rohit Sharma this time, though. I want to talk about Shubman. Obviously, he gets another bow from the Prince as he goes to 100, batting in a cap as well. That makes me feel nice. And we're also getting a lot of imagery of Shubman Gill's father in the stands. And we were talking about this yesterday, Pezza. Like, now you're a father yourself. But like, I feel like one of the great things, we know Shubman Gill's father has very high standards. I remember after the Gabba Test match, when it was Shubman Gill's first series, he was upset with him that he didn't make 100, even though Shubman Gill made 90 in that game, 90-something. Yeah. And he said, well, he missed out there. Innings. And I like that kind of tiger energy, you know. Really.
Did we ask Shubman about like Cummins and all those guys were talking about bumping him?
Yeah.
And he said something like, just keep bowling there. That's pretty good.
But there's something about Shubman's dad being in the stands where it feels like, you know, these are Shubman's dad's runs, you know? Yeah. Like Shubman Gill is just a product, of course, of Shubman Gill's dad.
Yeah.
And these are really his dad's runs. It's his dad's time, and he's got a lot of airtime, and I respect that.
I think there should be, like, I like that Indian cricket coverage is leaning into the parent stuff.
Yes.
And like I know that in India, parent stuff is a really like a deep well of narrative, like that's its own thing, just as it is everywhere around the world. India has its own thing with that, and I like seeing, like, I like that every time Shubman hit a boundary or a 6, the camera flashed to his dad.
Yeah, because
now we're understanding, like, in this world, it's just like this is all about dad.
It's just all about dads.
Dad's there. You come out of your father's penis.
Yeah,
and
that's it.
And so every time you hit a boundary, he's basically hit a boundary.
You know, it's funny because Shubman Gill wouldn't exist if it wasn't for his dad's dick.
Exactly, and none of us would.
That's exactly right. That's pure biology.
And if you do know your father, congratulations and all that. Like, you did come out of a penis
at
some point.
People might be watching this channel for the first time and think that is disgusting and actually disgraceful to talk about that.
And lazy and weak.
Yeah, but the fact that we're just talking. This is actually a biology channel. This is biology, science. None of us and none of what happened yesterday, good and bad, would have happened without your dad's dick.
Yeah.
That's just biology.
Yeah. That's a fact. Choosing to focus on it is its own creative choice.
That is a
arguably
choice.
Like a little bit distasteful.
That's right. For a guy who's scored
Shubman
another
Gill
Test
hits a
100.
6 or a 4, and you think, oh, that's dad cock stuff.
Yeah, that's that's what I was thinking.
But what we're saying is that anything you do that's good is dad cock stuff and bad.
The way he
every
caressed the
single thing we
ball
do.
through the offside, went down the ground just after the lunch break as well. I was saying, thank God for his dad's penis.
Yeah.
That's what I was just thinking. Anyway,
yeah. No,
now,
but
when he went to his 100, Harsha was on commentary, who's been doing the commentary for this test in Dharamshala. And he made the comment that he's going to be some player, this guy. And it's like,
that's
I mean, like if there are higher highs to reach for this guy already, I mean, it's just
Is
been
he
an
not
incredible
here?
start.
Is he not here yet?
Well, I think he's the original inverted commas top 4 big boys are all still playing. I know Virat's not playing this test match at the moment, but in terms of the next line of big boys, I mean, Shubman Gill he has to be there. He's a 3 format player.
Yeah, it was one of Harsh's best pieces of commentary, to be honest. So what a player he's going to be. It's like, man, what is he now?
Oh my God,
is he not even here? And once he is here, what is it?
That might be a shot across the bows from Harsha. That one, he's just like
we know what he's like. Hello, Harsha.
We know what he's like.
No, I mean, if we are being real, I know a lot of this stuff isn't being covered. Across the Anglosphere.
Yeah.
It is nice to have Harsha narrating India feedbagging the shit out of England.
Yeah.
Like it's like Harsha's just going, what's it going to be? He scores 100 and Harsha's just like, I don't even know what this is going to be when it's like brackets when it starts.
Yeah. Imagine when it
started yet.
Imagine when it starts to get good.
Exactly.
Oh my God, Harsha, what are you doing to me?
This summer in Australia.
He's the king.
Yeah.
He's the king, isn't he? ROHIT Sharma another 100, of course. And should we talk about PADDIKAL, who makes 50? I thought Sarfaraz and PADDIKAL both batted nicely.
I like watching Sarfaraz
because they're so early in their careers. It's not quite as it's not quite the level of like Rahane, Pujara, Kohli, that sort of axis there.
They bring it in and they just go to work.
Yeah, I mean, if you give that enough test matches, I feel like there's enough runs there to figure it out. I mean, obviously doing it away is going to be the big test.
Obviously when Stark Cummins Hazelwood put it through the chest.
Yeah, against our boys.
We'll see what it's made of, and I don't think I'd like to see them do it against our boys.
Yeah,
once.
Well, they've already seen what we've done to Glenn Phillips and Tom Blundell. So
exactly. Yeah. Well, I would like to see I'd like to see how they go against our boys. But the thing is, when I watch Sarfaraz and PADDIKAL bat, the thing that concerns me is I don't think they know what it is to not score runs.
Yeah,
like as from children onwards,
it's a mathematical equation.
Show me
I'll figure it out
until they're 7, and I'll show you the man.
Right.
And I just think until they were 7, all they've known is scoring runs. They actually don't know how not to score them.
It's actually a university degree in some unis there in India. Yeah, run scoring.
Out in the Maidans there.
That's where most of the practical work is done.
And you get gifted your degree.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Okay.
Anyway, should we talk about let's talk about Ben Stokes' delivery, because I found it interesting in a sense.
It was a good ball.
I mean, it was a great ball. It's the first ball he's bowled since I think Nick Knight said in July, maybe. No, he definitely hasn't bowled this series. And I found it interesting the moment he came on to bowl here was because the game was sorry, I'll get the score up when it actually was. It was about 270 or something, wasn't it? When he came on to bowl. So he picked up Rohit Sharma 275. So it was 1 for 275. It was the 61st over of the innings. So he hasn't bowled for 5 test matches, and he comes on in the 61st over. I wondered, was he just fucking sick of what was happening, what he was saying? He was like, fuck this, I'm just going to do it myself. Was that the vibe of it? Because they were getting absolutely pummeled at that point. And he comes in first ball and just lands an absolute peach. And there's elements to this where I'm like, it is a shame because of how good a cricketer Ben Stokes is, that his powers have been diminished because he hasn't batted well at all in the last couple of series.
He's very charismatic.
We don't talk about it. The captaincy is good, to be fair.
Field placements and stuff.
And he hasn't scored a run for a while. And so, but without him bowling, you do miss these like long spells and these big, joyous moments for English fans that he can produce. And like he just comes on at that moment. And I wonder why he came on at that moment. Was it because like, fuck this, I've had enough of watching this dog shit? Do you think that's what it was?
We did watch every ball of this game.
Yeah.
Of the day's play. Yeah, it was almost like the ball was too good. The ball was so good to the point it was like, where's this been?
Yeah. Ollie Robinson played a test.
Was this available? Because I watched Ollie Robinson bowl. That was not available when he was bowling.
That's right.
I don't know what to say. I presume that he had enough Stokes and just wanted to bowl.
Yeah.
And
I think he bowls 5 overs, so he's obviously not fit, quite clearly. So I just wonder why he did that. Why he did that then?
Well, he's I guess just to show, that what a man he is. Like what a wonderful leader.
What I wouldn't give.
I'm sorry, but there's enough media talking about like wanking over his 5 over spell when India went to work. Ben, we've said several times that Ben Stokes is probably the most valuable player in world cricket.
Right.
And that we'd love him in our side, and he's just is an incredible cricketer, especially in big moments. But don't need to spend time talking about how good it is, because you know that every single fucking outlet is going to focus on that.
Yeah.
When India turned England over yesterday and went to work.
Do you want to talk about Shoaib Bashir's 4 for 170? Should have had 5. Stokes dropped him.
Just a young spinner in India getting pumped and all good, and he's going to find it hard when he goes back home, and that's hard as well. He's done really, really well, Shoaib Bashir.
Yep.
But India's playing against a team called England. England's struggling in this game. Why are we talking about England again? England, a couple of England guys ago, they're just getting pumped.
Yeah,
that's it. Just 2 teams. One is on top, deluxe.
Mate, I keep saying this, but I'm going to say it again. I just keep feeling like England are not a bad team, but they're by no means a good team. But they're just average. They're just a mediocre team, and the celebration of averageness is I'm getting crow's feet from it.
Taking a couple of wickets yesterday.
There was a couple of send off in the eyes,
Guys had their tongues out.
Yeah.
We had some hand over mouth stuff.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah.
For me, I don't understand.
Now it could be an Australian thing, that just wouldn't pass muster. If we had guys doing that, again when we're getting absolutely smashed,
and you get a wicket, you're going,
and you're getting your tongue out and stuff.
Fair play.
Yeah.
For you and your life and everything.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm just saying, from an Australian perspective, we're third wheel in this, so our perspective doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
We don't have a dog in this fight.
No.
But if taking a wicket, that's fucking.
Yeah.
They've put 400.
Mate, you'd be slaughtered. Which Australians probably go.
You'd never play.
Australians probably take it too far the other way, but surely there's somewhere
Australia's
in the
trouble
middle.
against New Zealand today. To be honest.
Okay, setting up.
We're pushing shit up a hill facing Cougs. But even so, I just think a lot of Indian people are watching this going why are you guys still talking about England?
Yeah, yeah.
And we're reacting to England talking about themselves.
Yeah, that's funny.
I just want to keep focusing on the fact that they're just getting fucking pumped.
Yeah.
By an Indian side that is on one leg, and as we discussed yesterday, that's a tripod.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a third leg.
Let's talk about the day 3 coming up today as Indians wake up in the morning, and indeed English people wake up in the morning as well ahead of the day 3 test. The third day of the test. And are we looking at the last day, do you think, today, Pezza? They're leading by 255. They've still got 2 wickets to go, so that could be over pretty quickly, depending how it plays out. But do you think that India is going to bat again? I mean, India's just about to score 500 on this deck. England well unders in their first innings, but at this point in a dead rubber test match, there ain't a lot to play for. The English guys have been there for a fair amount of time. The IPL's coming up. There's a whole lot of reasons to suggest to me that this game is over in about 2.5 sessions.
Yeah, they've been in India for 9 weeks, and
it's a long time away from home.
All of them except for Zach Crawley are averaging under 30. And Zach Crawley averages 31, and Michael Vaughan says he's the greatest player to average 31.
The greatest player in Test history.
And India has Ashwin, Kuldeep, and Jadeja, each of them in their own way, ravenous for wickets.
Yep.
On a spinning Dharamshala deck.
Yeah, there's guys playing for tenthers.
Yeah, and England is 250 behind.
Yep.
Sorry, I failed to see how India bats again.
All right. Hashtag AskTGC. Naran8600 said, hashtag AskTGC. Some of the England players can use their second innings batting for IPL practice.
Yeah.
I bet you agree. Sometimes I feel almost the entire series they batted like they are preparing for IPL. Well, as we know, that is the pinnacle. for some of these guys. So
ladders up to the IPL.
How's Zach Crawley batted himself into an IPL deal? Does he even have one?
No, I mean he's barely got a BBL deal.
Sorry, my mistake. The BBL is the pinnacle, as we know.
Zach
Big Bash League.
Zach Crawley, as we've said, he is the greatest player to average 31.
That's right.
Varney's probably right about that.
Yeah.
Crawley's been really good, genuinely. But there's so much chat about Crawley making 79. Shubman makes 110, and he's not even in form.
Yeah.
Like this is what they do. It's gaslighting stuff.
Zach Crawley's...
India's barely in this series. They're going to win 4-1.
Crawley's had an incredible series. Wouldn't make it into the Indian team. Who's he replacing? Someone maybe down the order?
Crawley's good.
Yeah, he's had a good series. Anyway, once again, we spent the whole time.
Once again. I wouldn't bet on it because we don't really do gambling. But
that's right.
But it is laddering up to the IPL. We're looking forward to the IPL.
Looking forward to the IPL.
We're okay. Our IPL coverage, ladies and gentlemen, is not going to be this. we're going to be in studio morning after. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
This stuff, well, India's just turned England over in this series.
Yeah, as expected. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll be back later today, in fact, on the channel to review day 2 of the New Zealand and Australia Test match here in Christchurch. We are back in Melbourne tomorrow, actually, on Sunday. But who knows? Maybe all Test matches will be over by then. I don't know, and neither do you. We'll see you guys on the internet real soon. Cheers.